everybody, Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide, and I am sitting with Luke Baines, who a lot of you guys probably know as Jonathan from Shadowhunters, but we are here to talk about your new film, which is absolutely amazing. It's called A Dark Place. Congratulations on it.
Thank you. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about when you shot this film. Was this during Shadowhunters? Or was it right after, before?
It was before. Great question. Don't know. I think it was 2 years ago. So it would have been, I think, 6 months before Shadowhunters. Because I had long hair, and then I shaved it off after that film.
Yeah, and it's, obviously an extremely dark film, hence the title. Yeah, tell me a little bit about what drew you to the project specifically.
I just loved that it was so based in human relationships, Up until that point, a lot of the work that I'd done was in horror, and I didn't really get a chance to actually focus on, just those normal, mundane relationships. Obviously, it does have a quite dark element to it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be in it. But no, it had something that I could really work with and use my real life stuff for, and that was really nice.
Yeah, and you do make a lot of very poor choices in this film. That's kind of what it's about. But at the end of the day, we're used to seeing you play Jonathan, who did have heart in a lot of ways, but at the end of the day, he was just pretty pure evil, right?
Yeah.
This character, you really feel for the guy.
Oh, thanks.
And so, was that something that was super important to you when playing this character, that you're not just the bad guy like you usually play?
Yeah, I think that was really important. What's really interesting, and as a parallel between Jonathan, is the fact that they both have this situation that they can't get out of, in a way. He's really on the back foot. The moment that you meet him in the film, he's on the back foot. He can't get a job. He's trying to repair his relationship. He's trying to, maintain his friendships. And it feels like there's nothing really that he can do to advance and get forward. And I felt the same way playing Jonathan. He has this scorpion situation where he can't help but sting people because of his nature. And so there is definitely a tie-in to that. But I think with A Dark Place, it was much more about the choices that, a human would make as opposed to half demon.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, still making some poor choices, right? Yeah. Really based in fear and, very drug-fueled, obviously. Yeah. That's a big part of the film. Did that also really entice you as far as playing this character? Because in a way, you have this crutch of the drugs that are really fueling your choices.
Yeah, the drugs were scary, if I'm honest, because it's so scary to put that on film and try and do it well. And so I wanted to be able to explore that as an actor, but also at the same time, I was so scared to do that and not do it well. Even I think it was the first time I had ever played drunk on camera. And that in itself is scary because it's always so easy to go wrong. And the film itself, because we shot it in 12 days, and it's a long script and it's a lot. So we were only getting a couple of takes per scene and really powering through the film. So that in itself was really, really scary. And it was a huge challenge, but I'm so glad I did it and pushed myself.
What's the response that you've been getting so far? Because I know that already there's been some awards, film festivals, things like that. So have people reached out to you that really seem to connect with the film?
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. I spoke to a journalist the other day she'd watched the film 4 times because she was like, I just loved it so much. I just wanted to keep watching it. Which is so flattering and so wonderful. And it's such a testament to Chris Pinero, the director and writer, who also edited it.
Edited it. Got it.
Edited it himself.
So, that was really cool. And then there's also been the outpouring of the Shadowhunters fans, and they are so wonderful and so loyal. And, the ones in the States who have been able to watch it already have been very, very kind, which is really nice. And we're planning a worldwide release, so the rest of the world can can watch it as well.
That's amazing. And now, people can watch it. It's on Blu-ray, and is it, it's on demand? Yeah.
Blu-ray on demand, DVD, iTunes, Amazon. It's funny because I had asked, I was like, where is it? They're like everywhere. And I was like, okay, cool, great.
It's definitely an important film, especially I feel like right now, and for people in their 20s, 30s, trying to grow up and facing real problems in life.
And I think I definitely think it's probably a guide on what not to do. But, it really is. And that's like I said, it's so grounded in reality and it feels like it's something that could actually happen, which I found so interesting to play.
Mm-hmm. And I know you've had a very busy summer. So first, you've done the Shadowhunter tour, kind of. You guys have been all over the world.
The last time I would have seen you, I hadn't actually ever met any of the fans. So yeah, since we've last chatted, I was in New Zealand, Paris, Milan, somewhere else, can't remember. But yeah, met a ton of fans, and it was so cool because I always felt like a massive disconnect between myself and the fandom because I came into it so late and the only interaction I ever had was like on Instagram or Twitter, and it's like, how, real can that ever be? So it was so nice to actually get out there and meet people face to face and hear their stories of why the show was so important to them. And I mean, there were so many days I left crying just because the show, has touched so many people for so many different reasons, whether it's because of the, LGBT storyline or whether it's because it's escapism for them or, it helps them deal with their demons. And so it was a really, really special summer to actually go out there and meet people, which is really nice.
And I know you and the squad are still good friends, still supporting each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you and Kat hang out a lot. You were at the It premiere for Isaiah. And so, I mean, even though it's over and we're not getting our, next season like we've always wanted, the community is still very active, correct?
Yeah, it is. And like even just around like the Teen Choice Awards or,
Congratulations on your nomination, by the way. That was a really big deal.
So sweet. I mean, I feel so like someone gave me a gift I don't deserve, but it was so nice and so sweet and so unexpected. The fact that not so much the nomination, but the fact that so many people sat behind a computer and voted and tweeted and logged in and wrote my name. I think that is just so lovely. And yeah, it is really nice the fact that we're all still hanging out. And it was so great to see Isaiah in it. He is phenomenal. I'm so excited for people to see him in that light because it's a lot different, I think, to anything he's played or a lot different to anything I've seen him play on Shadowhunters.
Yeah.
So I think that is just something that, I think it's going to be a really nice career trajectory for him or a nice little...
Absolutely. And so, of course, besides acting, all the stuff you have going on, you were also very busy this summer, traveling, doing a lot of charity work.
Yeah, so I've been working with, it's an international NGO that seeks to eradicate poverty, essentially, the injustice of poverty. And I've been working with them now for 4 years. But when I first started working with them, I didn't have any kind of platform or any real way to help them. So I would just log on to my friends' Instagrams, like who had a platform, and be like, can I use your Instagram? And I'd post about Oxfam for them. So over the past 12 months since Shadowhunters is really when I've been able to actually do some work with them. And I went to Central America, I went to Honduras and El Salvador, and I met with a lot of people who have been affected by the migration crisis and looked at the drivers, like why it's actually happening, whether it's because of climate change or domestic violence or because people are in gang-controlled territories and need to get out. And honestly, it was a life-changing moment for me. I was so passionate about this before, and I got there and I just met these people, and I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to help as many people as I possibly could. And my charity liaison actually said, she was like, because I was like, I think I need to stay longer. And she was like, no, you need to go back and continue being an actor because that's how you're going to help us the most. And I was like, okay. So we've launched a campaign where some fans can win tickets to the Pandemonium convention in London to meet me, and we're going to go for a drink in a pub afterwards. And Dom actually, I just spoke to him yesterday, he's going to join us. So that should entice a few more people.
Wow.
But yeah, so basically what's really cool, there's this platform called Propeller where you can do actions. So we have a petition at the moment surrounding Central American migration, and people can sign that, and if they sign it, they get points to enter the competition. But you can also donate money and you get more points, or you can buy things like, I've got signed scripts. The last 2 episodes of the show signed by the entire cast.
Oh my gosh.
So, complete collector's item. And they can log on, and if they buy that, they also get like so many 100 entries as well to actually win that trip.
That's fantastic. Well, very proud of you, very happy for you. And, guys, make sure to get involved and keep up with you. And, of course, if you are looking to see a dark but fantastic film, and really this guy's acting chops in it are top notch. So make sure to check out A Dark Place. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.